Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 4. It is round 2. Round 1 has been completed. We've got Essendon on top, West Coast on the bottom. Let's get stuck into round 2. It's Fremantle versus Western Bulldogs at Optus Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. And the first quarter's nearly done. The first quarter's done. Western Bulldogs kicked 4-2, 26 to Fremantle, 2-3, 15. Fremantle are down by 11 points at quarter time. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, very, very even. At half time, we've got the Western Bulldogs in front by 14 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter's done. Bulldogs have kicked 6 goals, 3 to Freo, 4-5. And at three-quarter time, Freo are down by 24 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter. See who wins this game. And Fremantle have kicked 6 goals, 5 to the Bulldogs, 5 goals, 4. And the final scores, Freo 16-14, 110 to Western Bulldogs, 19-13, 127. The Bulldogs have won by 17 points. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Richmond versus Adelaide at the MCG. All right, the first quarter's done. Adelaide have kicked 2 goals, 6 to Richmond, 1-1. And these two sides, Richmond have lost in the first round. Adelaide have won. So Adelaide would want to keep their winning streak alive. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Adelaide have kicked 3 goals, 1 to Richmond, 2-3. And at half time, Adelaide are in front by 15 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Adelaide have kicked in front. Adelaide have kicked 6 goals, 1 to Richmond, 5-3. And at three-quarter time, Richmond are down by 19 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And Richmond have won the quarter, but haven't won the game here. Adelaide have won by 14 points. The final scores, Richmond 14-12. 96 to Adelaide Crows, 16-14, 110. All right, let's go to the next game. It's GWS Giants versus Port Adelaide at Giants Stadium. And we've got the Giants kicking out with a strong lead. They kicked 5 goals, 5 to Port Adelaide, 1-1 in that first quarter. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Port Adelaide have kicked back. They've kicked 4 goals, 4 to 1-1. And at half time, GWS are in front by 7 points. All right. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter nearly done. Very even. Port Adelaide have won that quarter by 4 points. And at three-quarter time, GWS Giants are just up by 3 points, 7-8-50 to Port Adelaide, 6-11-47. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Port Adelaide have beaten the GWS Giants. It took one quarter. GWS final score, 10-14, 74 to Port Adelaide, 12-14, 86. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Geelong versus Collingwood down at GMHBA Stadium. And the first quarter's done. Geelong have kicked 4 goals, 2 to Collingwood, 2-4. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter is done. Collingwood have kicked 5 goals, 5 to Geelong, 2-4. Collingwood are in front by 9 points at halftime. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter's done. Collingwood have kicked 6 goals, 5 to Geelong, 4-5. And at three-quarter time, Collingwood are in front by 21 points. Let's go to the last quarter of this game. And Geelong have won the quarter, but Collingwood have won the game by 15 points. The final scores, Geelong 16-16, 1-1-2 to Collingwood 18-19, 127. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Brisbane versus St Kilda at the Gabba. And Brisbane have kicked 5 goals, 5 to St Kilda, 3 goals, 3 in that first quarter. Brisbane are up by 14 points. Let's go to this second quarter. Second quarter, St Kilda have won that quarter, 5-4. They kicked to Brisbane 4-5. And at halftime, Brisbane are in front by 9 points. Let's go to the third quarter. And the third quarter, St Kilda have kicked 2 goals, 2 to Brisbane 1-6. And at three-quarter time, it is only 7 points in favour of Brisbane. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And in the end, St Kilda have won this game by 18 points. They kicked away in that last quarter. They kicked 5-4 to Brisbane 1-3. And the final scores, Brisbane 11-19, 85 to St Kilda 15-13, 103. It's probably the bad kicking that Brisbane lost this game. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Carlton versus Hawthorn at Marvel Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. In the first quarter, Carlton have kicked 5 goals, 3, 33 to Hawthorn 2-3, 15. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, very even. Carlton kicked 5-5 to Hawthorn 5-3. And at halftime, Carlton are leading by 20 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Hawthorn have kicked 3 goals, 3 to Carlton 1-4. And at three-quarter time, Carlton are leading by 9 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And in the end, Hawthorn have won this game by 8 points. They kicked 5 goals, 5 to Carlton 2-6 in that last quarter. Final scores, Carlton 13-18, 96 to Hawthorn 15-14, 104. Let's go to the next game. It's West Coast Eagles versus Gold Coast at Optus Stadium. The first quarter's done. West Coast have kicked 1-2, 8 to Gold Coast 1-6, 12. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, West Coast have kicked 1-5 to Gold Coast 3-1. And at halftime, Gold Coast are leading by 12 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter of this match. And West Coast have kicked 6 goals, 1 to Gold Coast 5-4. And at three-quarter time, Gold Coast are leading by 9 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. It's going to be close. And in the end, Gold Coast have come out winners by 10 points. The final score is West Coast 11-9, 75 to Gold Coast Suns 12-13, 85. All right, let's go to the second last game of the round. It's Melbourne versus Essendon at the G. And we've got Essendon kicked 2 goals, 4 to Melbourne 1-5. Let's go to the second quarter. In the second quarter, Melbourne have kicked 4-1 to Essendon 3-3. And at halftime, Essendon are in front by 1 point. Let's go to the third quarter. And the third quarter, Essendon have kicked 5 goals, 6 to Melbourne 2-1. And at three-quarter time, Melbourne are down by 24 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Essendon have won by 23 points. Very even in that last quarter. Final scores, Melbourne 8-12, 60 to Essendon 11-17, 83. All right, let's go to the last game of the round. It's North Melbourne versus Sydney Swans at Marvel Stadium. And Sydney have come out in the first quarter, kicked 4 goals, 6, 30 to North Melbourne, 1-4-10. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, very even. North Melbourne have kicked 5 goals, 5 to Sydney, 5-2. And at halftime, Sydney are leading by 17 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. North Melbourne have kicked 2 goals, 6 to Sydney, 3-1. And at three-quarter time, Sydney are in front by 18 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter. In the last quarter, Sydney have kicked 4 goals, 2 to North Melbourne, 2 goals, 2. And in the end, Sydney have won by 5 goals, 30 points. North Melbourne final score 10-17-77 to Sydney Swans 16-11-107. Well, that concludes the second round of Dice Season 4. And we've got only 5 teams with undefeated statuses, and which are Essendon, who are on top, Sydney, who became runners-up in Dice Season 3, St Kilda in 3rd, Adelaide in 4th, and then we've got Port Adelaide in 5th, GWS in 6th, Brisbane in 7th, and Carlton in 8th spot. And then we've got West Coast. We've got Richmond, Geelong, Fremantle, Melbourne, and West Coast haven't won a game as yet. All right, that concludes round 2 for AFT Dice Season 4. We'll see you next time.